Welcome to the first game of Stirling Underwater Hockey Club's 2022 Summer League, themed Return of the Nemo. Today we have the white team versus the blue team. Intuitively, they're playing white and black respectively. In this league, we have an interesting handicap system to handicap the more experienced players with the objective of letting the newer players step up their game and have a greater influence. Gerald, do you want to very just briefly explain what the handicap system and the point system is? No need to be too much detail, just generally.
So basically, the players are categorized to their tiers level. Then, based on that tier, we are awarding or reducing the points for each team. So, it's in an effort to balance out the teams and to let the newer players shine during the game, rather than having the newer players getting eaten up by the old Great Whites.
Okay, and it seems like there's just been an advantage puck call in favor of the black team. Kirby, as you can see, he's got a floaty on, and he's wearing the rash guard and a pair of board shorts for drag. So I think that's his two handicaps for him. Here we have Sean. He's got his drag suit on as well. Well, not drag suit, just the rash guard and shorts. So that's his handicap. And Jovi with a pool noodle. Okay, looking for players to pass to. She gets it to Kirby. Good steal by Ross.
Oh, but Ross passes it back to Kirby. Oh, it might have been a stick infringement.
By Huiling. Yeah, Chris should have done a better job protecting the puck as well. Oh, this is nice by Sean.
Pretty sure there's a foul from Kirby. He's reaching over John's head.
Yeah, a good V's and a goal scored by Ross. So that's a goal for the white team.
Okay, a bit more about a handicap system. It's a bidding system by each of the teams. So we have the respective newer players from each team being the team captains, and they will be the ones to decide in a bidding system which handicaps they most favor and would like to buy for their team.
Driving out to the wing. Good possession by Jovi, getting the puck back to Sean. Sean looking for options. Okay, Huiling.
There's Kirby bullying the newer player, Huiling.
Chris with a lot of open space on the right, but so he had the option of actually just swimming all the way into open space, but instead of just curling right in the center.
I think the problem is, you see the newer players, what they do is they always are reacting. They don't identify the space before they receive the puck.
Yeah, and there's a certain hesitancy on which they, with experience, I think they will learn to get over. Okay. So now the white team need their forwards to come down. Basically, Jovi had the puck. She had no outlet at all.
Yeah.
There's still no forwards down on the white team. Huiling is going from the left to right. I think she's not sure where she needs to be. Ideally, she should be at the bottom.
I thought Kirby's got to go there already.
Yeah, I think it probably will be counted as a goal. Okay, goal for the black team.
So John, what do you think of the handicaps?
I think as a concept it's good, but on a personal level, later on my game was quite horrible in the handicaps.
But do you think it achieved its targets for the handicap?
Yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun.
I think this is something that we are trying to introduce. I think the first time we've tried to do it, the objective really is because we have a lot of experienced players, and then the skill gap between the experienced players and the new players is quite big. So hopefully with this handicap system, we are trying to introduce an environment where the experienced players and new players can coexist and play in the same court.
Oh, Sean had a good opportunity right in front of goal, but gets stopped by Yu. Very nice tackle.
Oh, and I like what she's doing, bringing it out to the safe side, to the side.
Okay, go Chris.
Nice control by Chris. I'm not sure why he stopped there though. And
Yeah.
nobody was in front of him. He was straight onto goal.
Yeah, so if you're watching this game, I mean, I suppose Chris, one thing he can work on is being more decisive in swimming into space.
Pretty sure there was a stick infringement by Sean, but anyways, yeah, I think white team is getting tackled a lot by Kirby from the top. Ideally, they should be looking to stop, losing the puck to Kirby when he's in such a lazy defensive position. Ooh, good effort by Chris. Oh, nice drive by Zhu Heng.
So Heng, one of our youngest and newest players. Good to see him participate in this tournament. Kirby just holding it in the corner for safety, looking for forwards.
I personally think Kirby should be handicapped more though. He seems to be doing too much for his team in this game.
Yeah. So maybe they can actually evaluate the choices of handicaps.
I think so. Look at Kirby being lazy, just drive it.
Oh, dangerous pass to the center.
Also back pass.
Oh. See, I think maybe Jovi was tired with the pool noodle, but I preferred the goal was clear and she had herself and Hui Ling in front of the goal. I prefer she drive it herself and let Hui Ling clean it up after that.
Or at least drive it to space where she can draw the defender away.
Okay.
Slightly inaccurate with the tackles. Sean. Yeah, Jovi is flicking it forward also. She could drive it instead herself.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think Hui Ling's position always tends to be a little bit too forward. She's baiting the forward pass, which actually is quite hard for the passer to give the puck to her.
Okay, I think a stick infringement was called. I think it was Jovi's tackle just now. I think it was Zhu Heng.
Oh, look at Kirby. I think he's really carrying the team on his back. He's doing too much.
White team keeping it in the corner. Oh, nobody's down.
Oh my goodness.
Where is Sean? Subbing out, is it?
Actually, where's the sub bin?
It's on the side.
The sub is on the side,
I
the
thought
far
Jo-
end.
I thought
Should they
Jovi
make it out of water? But then cannot see.
Yeah.
thought Jovi and Sean should not be playing with subs.
I think Kirby's team have to start carrying their own weight, not just Kirby alone, with all the handicaps.
Oh, you see Jan, one of the newer players as well.
Floating up, so
I like the effort from Jan. Oh, wow. Not sure whether that was a dangerous flick, but it seemed to have hit Helena on the arm, so probably not. Nice. See, this is what I meant just now when there was a similar situation with Jovi and Hui Ling, right? But in this instance, Sean just took it upon himself to drive it all the way up front, and then let some of his teammates clean it up.
yeah. So for the newer players, like for example, Jan did a good job coming down, right? But I don't think he's been down since.
Yeah.
So newer players really need to work on their work rate.
And one thing you want to notice between how Chris drove it and how Wyman drove it, right? I think Chris was driving the puck in front of his face, in the middle of his body. Whereas Wyoming was driving it in front of his playing shoulder. And that's what Kirby is doing too. I think some of the newer players should pick up on that.
Okay.
Oh, it's a good effort by Yan.
Oh, dangerous here. Okay, Ewo clears it out to the side, to the safe area. Okay, she needs an outlet now. Yang comes down to support her.
Ooh, great
Good.
effort.
Lots of space, go. Swim to the left now. Yeah, so he basically swam straight into the defender when there were options actually to take it on the 45 just now
We see Jovi stranded here though.
with no support.
Yeah.
I think she looked quite tired with swimming with that 2-0. Okay. Sean doing a good job stalling Kirby.
Ooh, okay, a nice finish by, I think it's Chris. Overall, quite a close game, I must say.
Helena is taking on the strike with no support at all. That is really not what we want to see.
Not sure whether there was a subbing situation and people were not ready.
And that brings us to the end of the first game. Overall, what are your thoughts, Gerald? What do you think?
I think the games are very close. You can see there's a difference between players with the handicap or without the handicap. Then the handicaps is really putting the struggle on the senior players. Even their basics are not really there anymore. You can see them doing lazy tackles, floating while curling. So I think he's doing what we meant it to be.
I think this is also a test for the senior players, right? Because they've gotten too comfortable with them just having their own games, playing without handicaps. I think this really puts them in an uncomfortable situation and forces them to reinforce their basic skills, to always follow through with the basics, good basics, regardless of whether you're tired or whether you're handicapped.
Yeah, looks like the handicaps really work. Okay, let's look forward to the next game and see how that goes.